Chase is a man among boys.
Dials up the deep ball, looking for the connection, and he's gone!
Got locked in now, laser focus!
That's who you are! That's what we are!
That was kind of sweet.
Yeah, baby, week 12. This is a great week of football, I'm not going to lie. And we're back and better than ever. I feel refreshed, even though I just woke up 25 minutes ago. This is going to be a little late. You're seeing this on a Wednesday, and I know it's a little late. I just had jet lag, man. I had holiday jet lag. That shit is real. I was waking up at 7 every day, and then all of a sudden I'm waking up at 2 p.m. It's holiday jet lag, man. I'm sorry. The last time Lamar Jackson was in that stadium, he was in college, and he lost. And unfortunately, the only thing that changed the next time he was in that stadium was the team that he was on, because he lost again. And he lost in terrible fashion. The Ravens blew another lead, and it was the second time this season, not in Lamar's or John Harbaugh's career, this season that the Ravens blew a lead. They lost the game after having a 99% chance of winning according to ESPN's win probability. And that was the first one was in week 2 against Miami. So ESPN makes no mistakes, and they said that the Ravens had 99% chance of winning, and they did, and they fucked it. They fucked it up. So congrats, Ravens fans. The girl dressed up as a quarterback provided a shit-your-pants comeback against Baltimore, throwing 2 touchdowns late in the fourth quarter, one to cornerback / kick returner / wide receiver Jamal Agnew. And after a few more scores, the Jags would get the ball back again and give the Ravens fans a 13th reason. After fumbling and being stuck harder than peanut butter on the roof of my mouth, Trina Lawrence, threw a dot to Christian Kirk and converted a 4th and 5 to Marvin Jones, and then threw a touchdown to Marvin Jones. The far sideline, it was perfect. It was dropped in there perfectly, and Marvin Jones just caught it, and his heel hit the ground, and it was a TD, but they had to go for 2. And the 2-point try was good to gymnastic gold medalist Zay Jones. Okay, and the Ravens only had to get to about the 49 to get in the field goal range for award-winning opera singer Justin Tucker. And then they got to the 48, so that's even better. And it was a 67-yard field goal Justin Tucker was going to attempt, which would break his own NFL record, just set last year, of 66 yards. But unfortunately, Justin Tucker's mutant leg wasn't strong enough, and he pulled his best version of me in bed and came up short. This is what Lamar had to say after the game, though.
Yeah, they told me college, and I lost again. So,
just what is that? What emotions do you think about when you think about that? And how does that make you feel?
how would you feel if you lose?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I'm feeling. I don't like losing. Don't nobody should like losing, But it is what it is. Just got to move on, get ready for next week. That's all.
As much as I feel bad for Lamar, I feel better for Trevor from GTA, because he's had a rough season. His rookie season, he had a rough rookie season, and he's had a rough start to his sophomore campaign. But lately, the past 3 games, for the third straight game, he finished with a stat line of 29 for 37, 321 yards, and 3 pass touchdowns in this game. And that's Lawrence's third straight game with a passer rating of 106 or higher and a completion percentage of 72 or higher. So 72% or higher. So that's insane. It's really good numbers. I feel like the Jags are building something good, and the Ravens are trying to break down whatever it is they built already. Chicago and New York, I have 4 words. And no, it's not I fucked your sister. Not this time, okay? It's Viva la Mike White. Long live Mike White. Long live the man, the myth, the legend, the king of New York. It's not Fabio Foreign no more. It's fucking Mike White. And you know what? If Mike White came up to me and said, hey Matt, I fucked your sister. You know what, Mike? It's fine by me. Because you just saved New York from utter turmoil and missing the playoffs for a fucking 50th straight season, it feels like. The football gods sprinkled their magic on a rainy day in New Jersey, which revealed a matchup between future Hall of Famer Nathan Peterman and future Hall of Famer Mike White, and future Super Bowl champion Mike White. And you may wonder, how did Nathan Peterman end up getting the start? Well, Trevor Siemian somehow, by the grace of football gods, hurt his dick probably, because it's so long, hurt his dick. It's just dragging on the turf. It got burned by the MetLife carpet. He hurt something in pregame warmups. I don't even want to believe that. I just want to believe that the coaches were sitting there on the sideline like, dude, we have to make Nathan start. It would be so funny. Let's just see what happens. Let's just say Trevor got hurt and let's make Nathan start. And every time he drops back, he's shitting his pants. And the coaches on the sideline are laughing. That's fucked up, but it would be pretty funny. The Bears came in with the last ranked passing offense and the first ranked rushing offense against a team that was just trying to find any kind of offense. But the Jets found it. They found offense as Mike White threw for an anal gaping 315 yards and 3 TDs against what the Bears call a defense. Enough bitching and moaning finally got Elijah Moore in the end zone, and rookie Garrett Wilson had a hat trick, almost. He had a coming out of the closet party with 2 touchdowns on the day. I asked Garrett Wilson at a Jets scrimmage in August if Zach Wilson really fucked that dude's mom. And he said, and I quote, "I don't know, you gotta ask him," with a grin on his face. So that means he knows, and he did it. Hand on a Bible, that's a true story. The MetLife security guard looked at me and he was like, he said something along the lines of like, that's what you're concerned about? And I didn't know what he meant by that, because it's like, I guess he meant it like, dude, you're talking to Garrett Wilson, like ask him anything but that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Looking back on it, he was right. I should have asked if Zach Wilson knows how to throw a football. It's fucked up, man. I'm sorry. I'm just on my bullshit. Forgive me, Lord, for I am back on my bullshit. Tampa Bay, Cleveland, what the fuck, man? Tom Brady finally looks human. Do you realize, as much as we witnessed history before with 28-3 and deflating balls, that this is just as intriguing? I'm not a Tom Brady hater. In fact, I'm a Tom Brady lover. Unlike someone, first name rhymes with Antonio. I think I just said his name. The Browns outgained Tampa Bay on the ground 189 to 96. It's almost an 100-yard difference, and that's been the story for Tampa all year. They had their best rushing performance 2 weeks ago in Germany against Seattle. They ran for 161, if I'm not mistaken. And then they decided, it's enough. You know, that's enough for us. No more balanced offense. So basically, if we don't want Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl again, keep him out of Germany. The Bucs held a 7-point lead for almost the entire second half until 6'4" bodybuilder David Njoku made an amazing catch for a touchdown. The Browns would not miss the extra point and tie the game. In OT, Thomas would drive his team down to almost midfield, but he would come up short, and the Browns get the ball, and it's a Mary Jeans Cooper who hits the shake and bake on Carlton Davis and makes him eat shit. Makes him eat the shit-stained field that is First Energy Stadium. Cooper would take it down to 1st and goal, and Chubb would punch it in to win. And that means every team in the NFC South is under 500, meaning they don't have a winning record. Okay? It's hard to believe that QBs in that division are Sam Darnold, Andy Dalton, Marcus Mariota, and Tom Brady. And there is an actual chance that we may not see Tom Brady in the playoffs, and we may see fucking Marcus Mariota in the playoffs. I kind of just hope it's Sam Darnold, just because we could say Sam Darnold has as many playoff wins as Lamar Jackson. I really hope so. But he would have to win a playoff game in that case, and the Panthers ain't beating. The Panthers have no shot in hell to beat any fucking playoff team. So, Chargers in Arizona, Los Angeles and Arizona. Not to be gay, but this was the most beautiful game I've ever seen to the eye. Well, the Arizona Heinz Packets didn't feel like beating the Chargers, and they let up a fourth quarter comeback in this battle of condiments. Because according to Kyler Murray,
that wasn't for Hop, actually. Schematically, I mean, we were kind of fucked.
You know, I admire Murray for his honesty, you know, because I genuinely think he's a great quarterback. I do think he's a great quarterback, even though I've criticized him before. In reality, who the fuck am I? Who am I to talk down to the 2022 leader in hours played in COD? I'm nobody. Fucking nobody. That's who I am. In all seriousness, I do think, even though it's funny to clown Murray, I do think he's a good quarterback, but he needs Cliff Kingsbury to get the F up out of H. Last year, Arizona started 7-0, so it's not like Cliff Kingsbury's offense can't work. It's proven that it can work, but I think it's in Murray's best interest that he just needs to get someone else. He needs to get somebody like a Luke Getsy, like in Chicago, like what he's doing with Fields, and Mike Kafka, like how he's making the Giants offense look good with literally nobody but Saquon Barkley. Or Mike McDaniel, who's doing a lot more with a lot more. So that's the thing, that Arizona has a lot. They got a lot of weapons. Like, they're not a bad team. You know, those coaches use all of their weapons. They get everything out of their quarterback too. And the Cardinals, though, they've been hurt. It's not the season you wanted, but I think Cliff just got to get out of there, man. As for LA, their beautiful surfer hair quarterback, just him, Herbert, just him, really just royally fucked the Cardinals D all the way to a W. And it was tied into the fourth in a really great game all the way. I honestly think Arizona as a team, even though they lost and they turned the ball over, I really think they played their best game, minus those takeaways. After his 48th catch of the day, Austin Eckler would score the game-winning touchdown, and the Chargers would call this beautiful play for the 2-point conversion and the win. And Justin Bieber would finish his day with 274 yards and 3 touchdown tosses. I'd really love to see LA in the playoffs because I think Justin Herbert deserves it. And I just want to see what he can do in a big game, It's not fair, man. He just keeps getting fucked by the Chargers, man. By the Chargers' inability to run the football and their injuries. It's just, looking at their schedule though, you take a look at their schedule, they could easily go 10-7. I feel like they can not win out, but I feel like they can get to at least 10-7. And if you really think about it, just think of all the times that they've played Kansas City. They're one of the only teams that have actually given Kansas City problems consistently. So I think they could be sneaky dangerous. The Seahawks and the Raiders. Bro, when I tell you I love Josh Jacobs, bro, I ain't lying. He's the only bright spot on the Raiders and my dog shit fantasy team. I've always thought Jacobs was underutilized under John Gruden, and it really looked like it was going to be the same old story. But Jacobs, since week 5, has absolutely revived his career from the dead. In this game, Jacobs finished with a career-high 229 rushing yards on an insane 33 carries for 2 touchdowns, including his orgasmic 86-yard game winner in OT. Dude, this was the game of the week. Among many good games, this was the game of the week. This was amazing. To see the Seahawks, just to see Seattle lose like that, bro, amazing. This one takes a spot in my eyes, though, due to this moment and this moment alone.
Raiders quarterback Derek Carr is going to be intercepted by cornerback Quandre Diggs. On the sideline, Seahawks linebacker Darrell Taylor thinks the play is dead and runs onto the field, but finds himself in the middle of the play and throws a block for Diggs. Watch again as Taylor just runs into the action, completely unaware that the play is still going on and that there's 11 men already on the field. This kind of brings a whole new meaning to the 12th man in Seattle.
The fact that he fucking threw a block for him makes me want to meet that guy. The past 2 weeks, the Seahawks have lost. They've dropped 2 straight, and they've allowed a total of 995, almost 1,000. Let's basically round it up. We're going to round it up to 1,000 just for shock value. 1,000 yards of total offense in 2 games combined, and 444 rushing yards in just 2 games. The Seahawks run defense, like I mentioned earlier in other previous videos, it's been a problem, and it's been a problem all season, and it's the 5th worst in the league. Once when you get running on Seattle, they can't stop you. They cannot stop you. Opens up everything in the passing game because then they're forced to stop trying to stop. They get forced into these fronts, into these 5-down linemen, 4-down linemen, 3 linebackers. They don't play a lot of nickel. They don't even really play nickel on passing downs. They're one of those teams that they are okay with running 3 linebackers on passing downs, and they do it, and it hurts them ultimately because once when teams get their running game going and they start opening things up in the passing game, it's good night. The Raiders all of a sudden just decided to stop looking like gambling addicts and start looking like a football team. And even without the most non-athletic athlete, Hunter Renfrow, and tight end Darren Waller, they still somehow put up 40 points. And I was sitting in my living room fucking ecstatic. Ecstatic. I don't know how to say it. Ecstatic. On that Jacobs run. I was like, it was like the best way to cap off Thanksgiving weekend. 49ers shut out the Saints, and just the Rams lose, Hawks and Cardinals lose in the final seconds, and the 49ers shut out the fucking Red Rocket and the Saints at home. Thank you, Raiders, for making an amazing end to my amazing Thanksgiving weekend. Green Bay, Philly, I got to be honest. This was going to be close. I thought this was going to be close, but I didn't think it was going to be so high scoring. Okay? I really didn't. Green Bay had the worst run defense in the league, and holy shit did it show on Sunday night. The Eagles ran for 363 yards which is the 7th most in a game since 1975. Not only did the Packers defense suck ass, but so did the defense of the Eagles. So hey, fair game, right? Eye for an eye. The two offense-only teams combined for 73 points. Green Bay hasn't had anything to smile about except for rookie wide receiver Christian Watson, who had a total of 1 touchdown and 6 TDs in the past 3 games. And he caught a long one on Sunday, not from future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers, but from future Hall of Famer Jordan Love. And despite having one of the fruitiest names in all of sports, he's got a pretty nice arm. And he showed it on Sunday night in the few snaps that he played. And now, I hate the Eagles, okay? And yes, I like them. I think they're a really good team. Like I've said before, I really like them, but I just hate them now because they're a really good team. They're so good that it's annoying. They just get the lucky bounces. Sometimes you see teams and you just think to them, how are they doing this? I know they're good, but damn, they just get so lucky. They get the lucky bounces all the time. That's what happens, man. That's a big part of being a really good team with a really good record. You just kind of get things going your way more than other teams. I'm not gonna lie, their fan base ticks me off. I sometimes think of committing violent crimes on them. Crimes that are not legal. But I can't do that. I just got to take the punches and just watch the Eagles. It's just never fun, man. It's just never fun to see a team like the Eagles. It's like if the Cowboys were the best team in the league. Nobody fucking wants that. Everybody hates the Cowboys, I just want to see Jason Kelce cry. I want to see him cry on his talk show with his brother as he loses a playoff game. I want to see that tear come down. But in all reality, though, the Eagles are great. And the only problem that they have, like I said, with Seattle is their run defense. Other than that, they are just stacked. And they're terrible fans. Other than that, they're fine. Monday night, I did watch it. The only thing I got to say about that is that the Colts offense is it's like taking claws, right? And just poking it into your eye and just not stopping and just pushing your eyes into your socket until they get lodged in your esophagus and you shit them out. That's what it's like watching the Colts offense. Good job by the Steelers, though, and Kenny Pickett. Thanks for watching NFL Week 12. Hope you loved it. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be back with a film room video, something like that, soon. This week. Sometime this week. I don't fucking know. I'm not going to make any promises, all right, that I can't keep. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see ya. Follow the Deep Ball on Instagram, baby. We're almost at 30K.